Hello and welcome back to episode 42 and the second half of the Fire Temple. After passing through the corridor, we'll enter the other crescent-shaped room on the third floor. This is directly above the room where we originally saw Darunia and the giant pillar in the ceiling that the first Goron we had freed told us about. You can see the pillar there in front of us. This room is the invisible wall fire maze, so I suggest not moving too quick so that you don't actually run into the fire. So go around that first one, make a left and then a right, and run into the room here to find a large chest containing the compass. You can see, of course, the Fire Temple has 5 floors. We're on the 3rd floor now. There's still a few areas that we have not been to and a few chests left to find and open. So from here now, we pretty much have to go back the way that we came. So, came all this way over here just to get the compass, and now we'll head back to where the pillar was. There's the door on the left that we originally came in. And here Navi's flying, turning green, telling you, hey, if you look down from here, isn't that the room where we saw Darunia? Yes, it was. As we walk along the pillar here, you'll notice a door in front of you. One of the Gorons before actually warned us about doors that if we tried to open them would fall down on top of us. However, if we use the Goron special crop, we can take care of them. So that is one of those doors. If you touch it or try to open it, it will fall down on you and hurt you. If you throw a bomb at it, you can blow it up and reveal anything that is on the other side of it. Anyway, we'll have to keep wandering through the fire maze here until we get all the way up to that wall on the far side. Walking slowly and carefully here will pay dividends as you won't walk into the fire. Those pots there will have goodies in them if you wanted to go over there and break them. Just be wary of the fire there on the left. If you stay all the way up against the wall, otherwise the fire will hurt you. And there's a locked door here, and we'll go through that using our one remaining key. And there's a Goron here on the right. Can't really do much about him right now, so we'll just continue on through. Now we're at the other side of the room, and there's a huge wall of fire there on the left, and a switch. And if you see the switch on the ground, that switch will put out that wall of fire. The idea is that we have to get to the switch, and we'll start a timer, and then we'll have a limited amount of time to run to the firewall, but you won't be able to run directly to it because of the fire maze. So there's only one path. So you may want to walk through here one time before trying to actually get to the wall of fire. So that entrance right here, that is the only way in and out of the area where the switch is at. And now you can run all the way up to the ledge and jump up here. If you notice the door, it is another falling door, fake door, so you have to use a bomb that'll blow it up and reveal a real door which is behind it. If you need any bombs, just break the pots on the side of the room here to grab some. Which I might suggest doing because we're about to encounter the mini-bosses of the temple, the Flare Dancer. For a mini-boss, this guy can be a bit tricky. If you bump into him, he actually won't hurt you, but those flames that he throws down will, and they'll chase you as well. So try to avoid them. So he'll skate around the room and keep knocking you down if he touches you, but you can use your shield to deflect him. And there's a couple ways of attacking him here. Our Goron friend that we met earlier suggested using bombs, which will pull his core out from his body. And then the core will then run around the room, and you can use a croup shot to try and pull him into, or else just try to run up to him and get a sword attack on him. Jump attacks, even though they will do double damage, are kind of difficult because he moves pretty quick. If you try to chase him, you won't ever catch him because he'll run just as fast as you. As you do attacks on him, he will actually change color to white and then green. And just kind of the same thing. Just keep going over, avoiding the flames every time. If you do Z target his core and then hit him, you can actually, if you do the timing correctly, right in front of him, and then you can get multiple hits without having to run around that whole pillar of fire every time. Another way of attacking him, other than using bombs, which is probably just as effective, is to Z-target the body and then use your hook shot to pull his core out. You can see here I was able to hit him, and then I'm able to run around him and get in front of him and hit him a second time. So to use your hook shot now, just Z-target him, hit him with your hook shot, and you'll pull his core straight out. Unfortunately, this is a very long battle. And at last, the Flare Dancer is finally defeated. The door will open up, but don't go through that way. Jump up on top of where the fire was before, and an elevator will take us on up. Head through the door, and there's another switch here that we'll have to deal with that is pretty much like the room that we saw earlier in the temple. So we'll have to climb up higher, and then that switch will put out the fire. But we don't have enough time to hit it and then climb up the gate again to get back to it. So drop a bomb, use the bomb to activate the switch, thereby allowing us adequate time to climb up the gate before the fire returns. Now this door will lead us to the other room that is up on the very top 5th floor of the temple. The other one was the one that we got to by using Pierre. Now I went ahead and activated Farah's Wind again here, simply because if I happen to fall down, it's a very hassle-free way just to get back up to this point. Alright, looking at the mini-map, on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see the chest. That is up there. The switch here will put out fire that surrounds the chest, and a timer will start. So, we'll have limited time to run along the ledge here up to where the chest is at, without falling. And we obtain the Megaton hammer. We can smash and break lots of junk. It's heavy, so we need 2 hands in order to use it. So now, big rocks and other things that bombs don't necessarily work on, or even some things that bombs do work on, we now can use the hammer to break. Pretty cool. Alright, so first thing that we can use our hammer on now is that big pillar that is in front of us. So jump on top of it, smash it with the hammer, and ride it on down. And now we find ourselves in this room here. Could there possibly be a door back here? Yes, I think there might be. Smash those two pieces away and go through the door. Now here there's a few fire keys that we have to take care of, so go ahead and take these two out. Try to not break those two boxes. We need at least one of them. If you want to, you can defeat the other two fire keys on the far end, but there's a suspicious looking pillar here, so hitting it with our new Megaton hammer will open up a massive staircase. So go ahead and defeat these two keys so that they don't hurt you or burn you. And then go and pick that box up. Fire keys do often drop hearts. We'll need to take the wooden box with us down to the bottom of the steps. We'll run down, we'll find the switch. If you jump on the switch here, it opens the door, but if you run off the switch, the door will close. So we'll have to leave the box on the switch to keep the door open. This room has another pillar that we'll have to use the Megaton hammer on to fall down once again. And we find ourselves back in the room with the giant pillar and the fire maze. This time go and climb up here and we'll find a switch that is rusted. Navi will tell us that it is rusted. So use your Megaton hammer, smash that down, opening this door, and now we are up on top of the room where we saw the Goron before that we couldn't let out. So Navi will fly across to the block of time, play the Song of Time to move the block of time. Now with the block moved, we can jump on top of it and then be able to access the other side. So up here, we'll find another rusted switch. So pound that one. Thereby opening the gate and freeing the Goron. So now we can go talk to him. So doors hidden inside of the statue at the entrance to the temple. And the special crop won't work on that. Do we have anything stronger? Well, yeah, we do now. We have the hammer, so. Alright, go ahead and open up the small chest to get a key. And now, rather than running out, we want to use the block of time to climb back up to where we were at. Go back through this door here. And then, if you remember, the giant pillar was right in front of us. So run over to that, and we'll now knock that giant pillar down to go all the way back down to the first floor. And now the pillar's been freed, just like the original Goron told us. And right there is the boss room, but we actually don't have the boss key yet. So we need to run back into the original room that we first came in the temple. And that Goron that we just spoke with told us that there was a statue blocking a door, right? So that door is right there in the front right-hand corner. So after taking these fire keys out and making a good shot there, turn around, go to the left, or now to the right, and there's a huge statue blocking the door. So with our Megaton hammer, knock that guy out of the way, revealing a locked door, and we should have that one key that we just got, and open up a new room. Now this room has both torch slugs and fire keys, and we have to deal with simultaneously. I recommend standing here in the hallway and just taking a few out before you head into the main room, just to make it a bit easier. If you use your Megaton hammer, it will actually knock the torch slugs over. And you could actually do a spin attack and take out a couple at a time. And they'll drop magic anyway, so you'll refill your magic from the spin attack. Well, in typical Zelda fashion, we hear the song telling us we did something good, and the door will open after killing all the enemies in the room. Now in this room you're greeted with more flying tiles, and another like-like. Now remember with the like-like, it's important that when they turn their mouth towards you, step back, because otherwise they will actually eat you, which is what happened here. So, he took me in, and then when you come out, Navi warns you that your shield and your tunic have both been taken. And if you're too slow to defeat the like-like, you will not get them back. So you'll have to go and repurchase the Hylian shield and whatever tunic that you happen to be wearing, with the exception of the Kokiri tunic. That will not get taken, since we can't actually go buy a new one of those. And of course on the wall, there's a Skulltula, so go ahead and take him out, and collect token number 62. This is the final Skulltula to collect in the Fire Temple. So if you look on our map subscreen here, we'll see the icon in the upper left-hand corner telling us we have every Skulltula in the Fire Temple. Now if you look at your map in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, of course the red is the room that we came in, so we don't want to go through that one. So go through the new room to continue on through. As we enter, the door will lock, and oh no, we now have to battle another Flare Dancer. But now it's going to be a little bit easier because we actually have the Megaton hammer, so you can use that versus using bombs or the hookshot now in order to pull the core out from the body. And then just like last time, go through and defeat the core. So remember I mentioned before a little faster way of defeating him is you can hit him and then move around to either side of him and then strike him again. That way you can get multiple strikes without him running all the way around the big pillar of shooting fire. So hit him, then kind of go in front of him and hit him again. And here, remember to watch out for the flames because they will hurt you. Well, this time the chest up here will just contain some bombs. Grab them if you like. But this is not an elevator. It does not lift us up like last time we defeated the Flare Dancer. So head on through the new door now that opened up after killing him. And we'll find a rust switch. So take care of that. And now both doors here will open up, opening up a new passageway, and we find our final Goron. And he's just gonna say, oh yeah, Darunia asked you to rescue me? Wow. Well, you're awesome, and no other hints, but we now have the boss key, so go ahead and grab that. now continue on through this passageway to come out this door, and then we'll find ourselves back in the original room that we came in when we first walked into the Fire Temple. But now we're on the other side. So both of those doors have now been opened, and nothing left to do now but to head to the boss's chambers. I'll show you on the way though, there's a little pit stop that we can make to grab a couple goodies. Now that that pillar was knocked down from above, we can just jump all the way across to where the boss room is. Walk all the way up to the very ledge, and then you can hookshot over to the other side. Once over here, climb up on that little pillar thing, jump across, and then there's 4 pots over here. 2 of them contain fairies. If you have an open bottle, you can of course put the fairy in the bottle so that the fairy will completely revive you upon your death. And then the other 2 will contain some bombs. Now this second fairy here actually ran into the wall and wouldn't come out, so I wanted to refill my life up. Another option that you do have is the fire keys do often drop a bunch of hearts, so if you kill some of them, you can pick up 3 hearts and continue on. Well, thank you for watching. Please join me for episode 42, where we will defeat the subterranean lava dragon Volvega.